Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Evangel Anyanwu. How are you? Thank you so much for stopping by. If this is the first time you are seeing me, if you are just seeing this lady for the first time, you have missed a little though. Welcome once again, but please try and subscribe. Have you? Just a second, subscribe. Thank you so much for your subscription. This is the day of surprises. All the things that surprised me about this place, all the things I wished someone told me about this place before I came here. In fact, when I got here, I was just shouting, who sent me? I'll just be asking my husband, now wow, who sent me? Now wow, who sent me? Seriously, I'm laughing today, but then it wasn't funny at all. It wasn't funny because a lot of things happened and I came uninformed, I came unprepared, I came seeing all the surprises that I didn't plan for. So for like 3 months I was off balance. For 3 months I didn't gain myself. For 3 months I was still adjusting. In fact, it took me like a whole year to adjust to whatever that is happening here. Number one is I came as a pregnant woman. Yes, whatever that transpired about my delivery here, about how I was taken care of, about my maternity leave and everything surrounding childbirth here, I am going to make a video about it in case there are people coming here pregnant or people who wish to get pregnant while here. It's something for some people, it's something you don't plan, but when you get information, you will be more you'll be more encouraged to do things for yourself and not wait for anybody to do anything for you. The first shock is at the airport. Arriving after we arrived here at the King Abdulaziz airport, there was nobody that could speak English to us. In fact, we wrote our names, was carrying the placard, but nobody could read it. Can you imagine that? So they were telling us to wait for somebody who could speak English, and then the person would interact with us. We waited for this person for about 1 hour before the person finally came, and the English we are talking about is "Ko, come, I come, Nigeria." Those kind of monosyllabic kind of English. But we thank God at least we could sieve out some information from such. So we went to the port's health, and then we got a doctor who speaks English, and then he directed us and all that. We missed the car that came to pick us up. That was the beginning of our problems. We missed the car, and then the province where we were going to was like 3-4 hours from the King Abdulaziz International Airport. So the driver left and then came back. Well, that day it was like I was coming back to Nigeria by road because I was so tired. My baby, my son Kaka was so tired. My husband was just keeping up as per I'm the man. So that was my very first surprise, that nobody could speak English fluently like that. But the story has really changed a bit. There are lots of people speaking English at the airports right now. Now another one is when we got here, oh my gosh, the heat. The weather is so hot that I felt we were so close to Okomo. I actually thought, the next move we are going to enter Okomo. You know what I mean? Okomo Ebebe. That I thought that the next move we were going to enter Okomo Ebebe because the heat was so much. The heat was so much. We came in October, mind you. We came in October, and they were telling us that this is winter. The winter is approaching. In fact, anytime I hear that, especially from some of my Sudanese colleagues, when they say that winter is approaching, that they are entering winter or something, I will just laugh. I would laugh and get tired of laughing, because I was just asking myself, if this is winter, it means that the summer will be the real Okomo. Because the winter looked like, I mean, a neighboring village to Okomo, you know. So I felt, oh my God, is this a mistake? How are we going to cope in this kind of weather? How are we going to cope? I was just asking myself, oh my God, this weather is too harsh for us. This weather is too harsh for us. So they told us, oh, you will cope. There is no problem, you will cope. In fact, I was just thinking I made a mistake at that point. I said, why this place? Why this place? So that was my number 2 shock. I didn't know this place was that hot. You know, people say yes, it's hot, it's desert and all that, but experiencing it is another thing. I mean, hearing it is one thing, experiencing it is another. So we heard about it, we heard about so many stuff about this place, but experiencing it firsthand is something else. Now the third surprise I had when I came here newly in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was the sandstorm. The sandstorm, oh my gosh. I know that yes, in Nigeria we have maybe slight, just very tiny amount of sandstorm, especially during Harmattan. But the sandstorm here is during their summer. Oh my gosh. Between the months of April, May, June, July, August, and part of September, I think so, the sandstorm is something else. I mean, there is total problem with visibility. If you're walking and you're walking beside your partner, you may not see him. If you're driving, you will not be able to see the next car. So there are lots of, I mean, road traffic accidents during this period. In fact, I once experienced an auto accident during this sandstorm, but luckily nobody got injured. Yes, the accident, I mean the road traffic accident, was horrible. I mean, it was terrible. I even imagine whether I'm going to survive and all that, but we all came out okay. So glory to God. The sandstorm is something else. It is better you experience it. Even when you see it in videos or you see it on pictures, it's not the real thing. I mean, when you are in the middle of a sandstorm and maybe you're traveling maybe from Konfuda to Jeddah, or you're traveling from another place to anywhere, and then you meet this sandstorm, you will just ask yourself, what are you going to do? And the funny thing is that you cannot possibly pull over, because where you're pulling over, you don't know if there is oncoming a vehicle or a vehicle that also wants to pull over, and sometimes the vehicle may not even see you pulling over. So they're usually very cautious of driving when it comes to that sandstorm. And you know, Saudi drivers they're very trained when it comes, because it's their country, it's their weather, so a lot of them are used to it. They're not afraid. But you as a foreigner, you'll be so afraid of it. I mean, seeing such for the first time, seeing it from my home, it was fun. I was just saying, oh, look at the way this dust was just going up and up and up. But when I was in the middle of the road experiencing the sands, I was just only praying to God, let me get home safe, let me get home safe, I will praise you forever, let me get home safe. It was that bad. So that is it for the sandstorm. It was a very big shock and surprise to me. And another thing was the wearing of abaya, hijab, and the one they used to cover their face. Oh my gosh, I know I have seen few Muslim women wear that in Nigeria, just very few of them, and they rarely come out. But here, I mean, all your patients are going to be dressed that way, especially if they are citizens, if they are Saudis, they're going to be dressing that way. So initially, I was just wondering, how do they breathe? How do they know each other? How would they recognize themselves? Lots of questions were just going through my mind. I was just suffocate. This is black from head to toe. How has they, even some will wear socks and wear gloves black. I was just asking myself, how do they cope with this? Because even me as a medical practitioner, whenever I wear masks before the era of this pandemic, whenever I wear masks for a long time, it's like I'm going to suffocate. Now somebody is using a cloth kind of stuff for a whole day, weeks, months, years. I really give it up for them, because it's not easy. I mean, it's not easy. It is not easy, but because it's their culture, they love it, so they're used to wearing such, and they start early. So by the time they're getting to adulthood, it's no longer a problem for them. So that was another surprise I had. And then another thing is the food. The food is not bad. It's not bad. You know, most Asian countries eat something similar to what we eat in Nigeria, especially rice. Yes, they don't do swallow, but they eat soups also, but their soup I can't even describe. But the food here, when I see raisins in rice, when I see potatoes inside rice, in fact the one that really shocks me is the okra inside rice, or okra inside potato. Who does that? I mean, you put you cook potato and okra together, or you cook okra and rice together. I mean, who does that? So until today, it's still a shock to me, because I don't even get to look at it. The sight of it, I don't know how it does. I don't know what it does to my body. So that's another shock. Their food is not their food is not bad at all. It's not bad, but there are a lot of things I don't eat. And the question of eating rice every blessed day is not my thing. I don't like rice every day. Another thing is the way food is wasted here. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know they are rich, but the wastage that goes on here is on another level. You will see somebody who just came to a restaurant and he orders a full tray of rice, maybe with 3 full chicken, just for 2 people. I know you're surprised, right? Somebody comes into the restaurant, orders a full tray, big tray of rice with 2 to 3 or 4 chicken, full chicken on it, just for 2 people. So at the end of the day, they will not even finish half of 1 chicken. They won't even touch the rice per se, and it goes to the trash. So that is another shock for me. I mean, it's something. Anytime I see it, I will just look at the person. I will say, oh my gosh, you don't know what you are doing. A lot of people go to bed hungry, and look at you here pouring all this away, trashing all this. This could have fed, if not 3-4 families, could have fed maybe a mini community. It was really, I mean, even till today, each time I see it, I feel some way, you know. I feel a certain way. I don't feel very relaxed seeing such. So that is another shock for me. It's something I wish I knew, so that my mind, even if I knew about this particular one, I mean, I'm not going to be at home with it. That's the simple truth. Then another thing is, I've talked about the language. I wish I knew that the language is difficult. Yes, it is. It is difficult, but when you are keen in learning something, I mean, it's going to be very, very easy for you, because you are going to put in your all in it. So the language is one very big issue. It's one very big issue. In fact, I cried several times because of this language, because I'm a doctor. I need to communicate with my patients, I mean, perfectly, fluently, so that there will be minimized misdiagnosis. Because if you don't understand what their symptoms and signs, especially their symptoms are, how are you going to make your diagnosis, and how are you going to treat? And once you don't make a correct diagnosis, I mean, every other thing goes wrong. You get it? So it was a very heavy blow to me. I had to learn this language by fire, by force. I used lots of apps. I was using my nurses, because they understand English and Arabic at the same time. I was using doctors around me. They understand English and Arabic at the same time. I was using even some Saudis who understand little English and Arabic. I showed that enthusiasm. I showed that I really want to learn this. Even sometimes my patient help me, because I use this I use an app, a translator. When they speak into the app translates to me, and then I speak in, and then the patient hears what I want to talk about. So it was like that until I started speaking Arabic. Woo! Not that I am 100% fluent in it, but at least I know Arabic to an extent to communicate with my patient, to communicate with people around me. I mean, something to pass. Something for a pass. So that's another shock for me, the Arabic. I thought, yes, you have people who their official language is Arabic, but you definitely see people who speak English at random and all that. But it wasn't so for me. Where I'm working, most of the people speak just Arabic, but these days everybody's making that conscious effort to learn English. Everybody's making that conscious effort to learn English. Even some of my colleagues who do not really speak English so fluently, I could see them making very conscious effort to speak English. Another thing is that if a citizen here is interested in your job, your job could be taken away from you even without informing you. So saying that there is no job security, if your job is taken away from you, you have to pack your bag and go. But I know that if you're very good at what you do, or if you have a good network, they could help you and source for another job while you're still here. It has happened to a lot of people, and they sourced for other jobs for them. And this happens majorly in very big cities, very big cities. So guys, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe so that you'll be seeing me now. Don't you like to see me again? Don't you like to see me again? Say the truth. Say the truth and shame the devil. Don't you want to see me again? So subscribe so that you'll be seeing me. Because if you don't subscribe, I'll just watch you and go. And now, because I'm making these videos because you have subscribed. But if people are not subscribed, you just watching him go on. Don't mind me. If you have not liked, why not like? If you have not shared, start with this one. And I thank you so much for your support. I thank you so much for everything. If you know anybody who is coming here, please share this video with them so that they will get prepared. There are a lot more I want to share, but because of time I just limited it to this. But as I remember them, I will put them in the description below. So comment, let me hear all your culture issues or culture shock or all your surprises when you relocated to a place. Let me get to hear what you have to say. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next. Bye.